How's it going, YouTube? Today I'm going to do a video on 4 different styles of camera. Everything from a free camera all the way up to high-end, well, mid to high-end digital SLR. I'm going to be showing you the differences between them and basically, is it worth paying the extra money to upgrade your camera, or are the results going to be very, very similar? So the first one I'm going to start off with is the free camera, which is kind of free. It's basically the camera that will come on your smartphone. So if you've already got a phone of any sort, most of them come with a camera. And this is your pretty average camera. It's a 5 megapixel, not the highest end one, but not the lowest. So this is your average camera on the iPhone 4. That's the first camera I'm going to be testing. And I'm going to be putting this up against the cheapy £20 compact camera. Now these you can pick up from most supermarkets. In this case this one was bought from Argos, but you can buy these for like 20 odd pounds, just over. And it looks like your conventional compact camera, except it doesn't have any optical zoom, so it's just digital zoom. But this one's more of a 7.1 megapixels. So we're going to be testing this one out. So this is our cheapy compact. The next one up from that one will be your higher end compact. So in this case it's a Sony Cybershot W350, I think this one is. Now this one was, I bought this one about a year ago, and it's about £150 when I bought it. But it's about, you can get it for just over £100 now, £120–130-ish if you look hard enough. That's the other camera. This one's 14 megapixels, well 14.1 megapixels. And the higher end one that I'm going to be testing is my beloved Canon 60D. I know it's a massive jump up from even this little compact camera, but we're going to see, is it actually worth spending the extra money if you're just an amateur. Obviously for professional work you will definitely need this one, but I know so many people out there which are amateurs and they just use this as their point and shoot camera. So we're going to see the quality in the pictures. Now this one is around about 18 megapixel if I remember correctly, so it's a big jump up, and obviously big sensors, massive bulk, and it's quite heavy, especially with this Tamron lens. So let's just look through a few features, and we'll start with the iPhone. So okay, so the features on the iPhone 4. This is pre-iOS 5, so when you go to your camera, not a lot on there. You've got HDR mode, which you can turn on and off, and the flash on and off, nothing else. You've got your autofocus, which will also adjust your exposure as well, but other than that, it's your pretty basic camera. The only zoom we've got on here is digital zoom, so you can see the reflection on my black glass table. You can see my webcam, so pretty grainy when you zoom in like that, especially in this low light. The second camera, now this one I've only just got, and I literally bought it just for this test because I've always been curious about this myself, and I been searching for videos on YouTube but haven't found anything like it. So this is a Vivitar. It's about as cheap gets when it comes to digital cameras. It doesn't have any optical zoom, as I said before, and it runs on AAAs as well. So the on button's on top, so let's get that turned on. There you go. You've got your zoom in, zoom out, but obviously it's going to be digital zoom, and your mode button as well, because it does video record as well. And I've got quite a large memory card in there, so just over 4,500 photos this will take. And you've got USB port there, which is mini USB, and your tripod mount there. So it's if you're a little bit slightly more serious into taking a few pictures over your smartphone, but you're not really that bothered still, good camera to take out on a night out hopefully, so it doesn't matter if it gets trashed because it's only cheap. So that is the Vivitar, and I believe this one's the 7025. There's so many different models, but yeah, 7025. Not a lot of features on there, but actually let's look at that keypad down there. So the bottom button there is your timer, then you've got your flash, then you've got your OK button there, and you can flick through your menus there, and that's just your mode button. And the next one is the W350. You have got optical zoom on this one, a nice large LCD. You've got your photo mode up there. You got the whole pan sweep thing, panorama from Sony, and your video capture mode, which it films in HD, where this one films in standard definition. In fact, I'm not actually entirely sure that this records sound, but we'll have a look at that later. This one, as I said, has got optical zoom, so when you turn it on, it's actually got a lens. And I have played with this for quite a while now, and the photo qualities are actually pretty impressive. Loads of different modes, scene modes and options. That's your photo button there, your shutter button, your optical zoom in and out. So there you go, and some of your menu options which you can flick through, change all the custom settings. So there you go. Again, it's also got a tripod mount, but it is a metal tripod mount, so a bit high quality, and it's a lithium battery as well, so you don't have to worry about buying batteries each time, so you can just recharge it. And now from that one, if we move up to the 60D, just excuse that strap. So many features. I don't even know where to start with this. You can adjust all your different scene modes, so you've got your full automatic down to program, time value, aperture value, manual, bulb mode, and creative auto, and you've got all the presets as well. So lots of settings there. On the 60D, you've got a few of the drive modes and all the other settings there, which you can completely flick through. So as we turn it on, obviously you've got a mirror in here as well. Quick menu, and you can flick between pretty much everything. I normally shoot in RAW. In this case, I've got it in JPEG because I needed to take a JPEG file. I wasn't too fussed about a RAW. So, but for this test, I'm going to do it in a JPEG as well, just to make it a little bit more fair. And I'm not going to edit any of these photos. I'm going to literally just the standard JPEG file is what I'm going to show you guys to see if it's any different. Okay, got a subject here. I don't know if you can hear me very well. There's a bypass nearby. The first camera I'm going to try is obviously the smartphone. It's not a very interesting subject, it's just this little plant, but we'll give it a go anyway, see what it's like. A lot of bugs around here, that's the only problem. So that's one taken with the iPhone. The next one is the Vivitar. Quite a slow boot up, but there we go, we are away. Now there is a macro switch on the side. Let's turn that on. So, Sony time. It's got a very, very wide angle, so I have to go for a little bit of a zoom in on this one, and that'll do for that. And last but not least, 60D. So I'm going to shoot this one at f2.8, just to be on the safe side. I took another one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow these steps and take a photo of a few different things, just general scenery, and I'll show you the results in a second. Okay, it's the same thing again, a bit of a scenery shot. Done. Again, I'm not going to edit any of these. These are going to be just the raw files I'm going to show you, and you be the judge. Okay, it's going to be probably my last dawn photo. The sun's almost gone, well, it's well on its way. So I'm just going to take a couple more. Don't know what plants these are, but in a field. We'll try and get a couple of creative ones, hopefully. So I'm going to take a picture of my steering wheel. It's got quite a lot of texture and detail on there, and it's still low light, as you can probably tell. So we're going to try it with all 4 cameras, with no flash as well. And there we go. So after testing, it's pretty obvious what came out first. As to be expected, the 60D did win, followed very shortly behind this one. So when you put it to basically point and shoot mode, the W350 came very shortly behind the 60D. Obviously you can go a lot more creative with the 60D. You've got all the manual settings as well, making your pictures really stand out. But for your point and shoot, definitely for the money, all about the W350. And as to be expected, the Vivicam sucked. It is terrible in low light situations. It wasn't too bad in decent light. I mean, it's noticeably worse than the W350, but it wasn't too bad. But when it came to low light, it was terrible. I mean, even the 5 megapixel from the smartphone, got a bit of water on there. Even the 5 megapixel from the smartphone was a lot better than the Vivicam. Again, it wasn't nowhere near as sharp as what the W350 was, the iPhone that is, but you know, it did a pretty decent job. But obviously the winner of this test, for me anyway, is going to be the W350, because bang for your buck, that takes some awesome point and shoot pictures. Very sharp, very clear. Even in low light situations, it's amazing. Most compacts from this sort of price range is going to have 7p video recording, if not more. So definitely, without doubt, clear winner is this one here. This one has got a few extra features as well, like Sweep Panorama. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend this one for anyone, not even for £20. Maybe for like £10 tops. It's the sort of camera you give to a kid and let them play with it and take some odd snaps. I can't think of a situation where you'd actually need or want something cheap. Not as cheap as that anyway, because it is terrible. This, as I said already, performed excellently. The 60D, which I'm currently actually using it to record this with, absolutely amazing, but you'd expect it for like £1,400 worth of kit, including this Tamron lens. You'd expect it to be amazing, which it is, and you got the whole creativity as well with all the manual controls. And for versatility, the iPhone 4, I mean, I've read something which said the best camera in the world is the one that's always with you, and that is normally the smartphone camera, which it's always with you. Well, it is in my case anyway. So I mean, the best of both worlds is merging these two together, and in the future, as phones get better, they're going to have better and better cameras, making this thing obsolete. But winner of my test at the moment is a W350, because it takes amazing pictures. I'm hoping smartphones of the future are going to have this sort of quality in this sort of package. So I hope you like the video. It's a little bit of a random one. I don't normally do these, I normally just do reviews, but I felt like doing something new. If you want to see more videos like this, then let me know, or just stick with the reviews and let me know as well. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, top left, and you'll be notified as soon as I put some new videos up. And feel free to follow me on Twitter, Mr. Eagle TV. See ya.